It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler.
Hey guys, Tyler here. EA is pretty much notorious for fucking up releases one way or the other. As a matter of fact, they're well known for being one of the top hated companies in the entire States. And so naturally, of course, I'm not surprised about this controversy with Mass Effect, because no matter what they do, they always tend to screw up the players as well as the companies behind these sort of games. And so for this video, we're going to talk about two controversies for this re-release of Mass Effect. Now, this re-release has, of course, the first three games in high definition, and of course there are some aspects that people started to shout about, and so I'm going to look at all the details for you guys. Now, the first thing that I immediately noticed is a special edition for Mass Effect. It has a helmet, it has some artwork, it has an acceptance letter, it has some sort of steelbook, some sort of pens for the players. However, the only freaking thing is missing, right, is the freaking game. Now, according to that flyer, that whole entire collector's edition does not have the game at all. Like, for me, that's like a humongous slap to the face. The whole entire purpose for collectors or people who are enthusiasts like me to buy these sort of collector's edition is because we're super mega fans of the whole entire franchise that we like. For example, when I get like these box sets for my Blu-rays or like these video games, I want to get all this content, including the movie, including the game. So why is it that for a collector's edition, I have to pay separate freaking money to buy the game and the collector's edition? Like, the whole entire price should be covered with the game, right? Now, I understand why collector's editions are expensive, right? Because you have like a lot of materials besides the game, like all these helmets and these steelbooks and fancy items and whatnot. But at the same time, the whole entire process for getting a game nowadays is super expensive because, at least for the PS5, it's like $70 to buy a single game. And so, at least include the freaking game. At least include that much. But that's not just all of it, though. Like, the screenshots for this game are like, pretty, interesting too. Because I've seen screenshots where the old version of the game had no lens flare, and like the newer versions have a lot of lens flare. And it's kind of strange to me because it's almost kind of suffering from like the J.J. Abrams effect, where almost every other shot has some sort of lens flare to it. I'm not sure why it's so popular nowadays, but I guess that's what companies or movie places want to do nowadays. However, that is not the whole entire icing on the cake, because according to like some articles that I've been reading, it has been confirmed that the re-release of Mass Effect for the first three games is going to remove any sort of sexual references. That includes, of course, the shots where pretty much women were showing their butt. It's not, just like nakedness, but like a butt that's covered in clothes. Now, this is like the silliest thing to edit. Like, it's so silly because, first of all, the whole entire game is marketed for like a mature audience. And so anybody underneath 17 cannot play the game to begin with. Number two, it kind of comes off as pretty much pretentical. Because pretty much when you buy the game, obviously you're going to have like a lot of adult themes, a lot of mature players are going to play that game. And so, to me, when they start to censor stuff like sexuality, it's so weird because to me, sexuality is part of the human experience. We have like a lot of ancient art from like European countries of these naked women or these naked men, or like the statues or like, drawings from these famous people. And so naturally, of course, we want to preserve how the artist intended the whole entire thing to be by actually having like the nudity and stuff. And so if the original artist was like to intend to have like these sort of shots with the butt or the whatever, I think it's pretty much out of principle a form of self-censorship. Because to me, if you're gonna market like your game as some sort of re-release for like the whole entire like series of games, and you say you're gonna update the graphics and nothing else, that to me seemed like false advertisement. Because if the whole entire process of porting a game is not the censor stuff, why even bother trying to port the game to begin with? Because players are paying like a lot of money to get their game. They want pretty graphics and that's it. Not censorship, just pretty graphics. And so that's the whole entire point on why people want to purchase it to begin with. So what's the best way to actually, go against this kind of stuff? Well, it's pretty obvious, like, to vote for your wallet. Obviously. Because if you vote for your wallet, like vote with your wallet, the companies are not going to pay much attention. So they'll lose money in the end by, you voting with your wallet. At the same time, I just find it so strange. Like, everything that has to do with sexuality is, like, looked down upon. Like, I don't understand why, like, something as simple as sexuality is like that. Because to me, sexuality is something that's empowering for, like, not just for women, but for anybody. Because the whole entire point of sexuality is to explore, like, the motives of the characters, what they like, what they don't like. And so, it doesn't make sense why there are so many people who are super ultra afraid of sexuality. But, what do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.
It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. He's your only black friend, so he's your best black friend. I wouldn't trade him for another black friend, because black friends are rare, as you should be aware. He smiles like Richard Pryor, so just sit and stare. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler.